Many people, even in the industrialised world, have to live in tents. They have to live on the streets, and they have to live in their own shelters that they make. Well, that's normal in a lot of countries. There's no new municipal buildings that they can use. They just have to survive in that way. There's no welfare state or system to help them. They have to get used to making their own. This is what I say in Western democracies now. I think we really do need to realise that, you know, that might be an option sometimes. And as hard as it is to say, especially if you've got children, hard as it is to say, I'm talking more for the single people or younger people. There's lots of older people as well that find themselves without a home. And that's why I'm going to keep coming back to this idea of, let me get my breath, of looking for alternatives. And one of them is a tent. There's a guy called Nomad Sam, and I'm sure you've had a little look, an English guy, and he's getting a lot of interest and followers because young people of his age, you know, realise the predicament and plight of life now here in Britain. That it's not all it's cracked up to be, especially with housing. But there's also a freedom in that, you know. And I'm going to be talking about, you've seen on some previous videos where I'm looking at making a basic shelter or an area, and it's not here in Sheephouse Wood, it's somewhere else, but it's an area where I can have a space to myself and potentially develop. Come on then. So that if I or my close family ever have problems with accommodation, we've got somewhere we can go to, even if it's just temporary. Some people call it prepping in America. Some people call it bugging out. There's all sorts of different terms, but basically it's just preparing and getting yourself ready for situations that you might find yourself in that are outside your control. I'm not talking about being paranoid. I'm just talking about being realistic and having a sense. Instead of you taking control of your situation rather than sitting there waiting for something to happen that might never happen, like an economic collapse or a pandemic. But actually being realistic and knowing that these things do happen. They happen within economies all over the world.